Hi everyone, it's Dr. Sasheen. So I posted a Women in Transition. Sorry, I have to start saying that more often. People are getting on my case like, well, you have to tell us what the channel is. It's Women in Transition. I'm Dr. Sasheen. Welcome to the channel. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your tribe. So today I posted that it is really important, especially for women, especially when the world starts to spin out of control, because women are looked at, this is terrible lighting, guys, I'm sorry, but women are looked at as the place where the world's going to go to heal, right? And there's something beautiful in that. There's something magical to that. There's also something inherently wrong with that. And when I say inherently wrong, it's because usually the narrative is that women are going to be the thing that heals the world at the expense of themselves. And we have to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that. For a lot of us, we were raised in a time where children were seen and not heard, where emotions were not a thing to talk about. Therapy was not something that anybody talked about. And we didn't have the luxury of falling apart because we were latchkeying our way through life. And we are still latchkeying our way through life, right? But here's the problem. When it comes down to it, we have built our walls in such a way that once we let people in, we forget that we could put them out if they turn out to not be good for us. So instead of having continual vetting of the people in our space to make sure they're still good for us, we are loyal to a fault, y'all. Like, we are so loyal because latchkey kids were inherently lonely, right? We were on our own so much. We were always having to fend for ourselves. And if we had siblings, older or younger, we were all kind of in it together, that it bred this kind of intense loyalty to the people who stick around. Even if the people who are sticking around are terrible for us, we still give them enough rope, right? Give them enough leeway to run us over multiple times until finally we might say enough is enough, but we may not, because we don't want to lose the little group of community people that we have. Latchkey kid syndrome. And so we have to ask ourselves, as the world falls apart, if we're going to continue to allow our bodies and our backs to be the place on which people can continue to build themselves back up while standing on our broken backs and shoving us down. And my answer to that for you is no, because that goes against the rules. And this channel is all about the rules, right? Rule number 1, your peace is non-negotiable. Rule number 2, nothing and no one should be allowed to fuck with rule number 1. Yes, I curse. If you don't like it, I'm not the channel for you. So, have you asked yourself the hard questions about some people in your life right now? Or are you still hoping that regardless of what might have been taking place politically, that somehow relationships will still be able to be salvaged because you're going to do the work, right? You're going to make sure that they know that you're safe even though they're not safe. Woo. Let me say it again. You're going to do the work to make sure that they know that you're still safe, even though they're not safe. You're going to do the work to make sure that they feel cared, even though they don't care. You're going to do the work to make sure that everybody still feels connected, even though they didn't protect you. That's what latchkey kid syndrome has done to far too many of us. It has allowed us to let the wolf into the house and forget to put it back out. It has allowed us to say our relationships are so important to us that we are willing to overlook abuse, disrespect, and dismissiveness and divisiveness because we're loyal. And we never give up on a friend because we don't want people to give up on us. You need to be giving up on some folks. You need to be thinking about, how do I move through this next phase of my life with people who actually want to be with me, with people who actually care about me? How many of you are in relationship, romantic or friendly, with people who genuinely don't like you? And how many of you are shocked as you ask yourself that question to realize there might be more than one? They might even be related to you. Now, You can tell when they don't really care about you, when they don't like you, when they're happy that your name is getting dragged through the mud. You can tell that they don't really care about you and that they don't like you when they will not defend you in rooms where your name is being spoken. You know they don't care about you and they do not really like you when your name is brought up in places it shouldn't be, and they don't tell anybody to keep your name out of their mouth. That's how you know. You know when you're the butt of every joke and they laugh. You know when you're dismissed as being too much, too this, too that, too over the top, too underwhelming, whatever the case may be. And they agree. You know when they will be more than happy for you to compromise so that they don't have to. You've been on the planet long enough to recognize the signs of people who do not care about you. Unfortunately, you've also lived through generations as a Gen X kid of being alone and having to fend for yourself and trust few, so keep them close. And instead of remembering that the trust few to keep them close sometimes mean the people that you used to trust you can't trust anymore, you just hang on to them even when they're no longer good for you. Even when you needed to let them go 10 years ago. Don't let the decades keep passing with people who do not have your best interests at heart. Don't let the decades keep passing being loyal to people who are not loyal to you. Our tribe is the one thing that we get to choose, right? We cannot choose our families. We are born into them. But our tribe, our family of choice, is the one thing that we get to choose and curate over and over and over and over again. This lighting really is terrible. Oh well, it's going to have to get out there, and I'm just going to have to take it for what it is. Because we get the pleasure and the luxury of choosing our tribe, we sometimes get paralyzed and think, well, I don't know how to make choices different from the ones that I've already made. So what do I do? Here's what you do. You look around to the people who are around you right now and ask the very question that I asked you. Do these people really like me? Do they act like they really like me? Do they go into or out of rooms and speak my name and make sure that I'm in the conversation in a good way? Do they seek out me for me or just for what I can do for them? And once you have vetted your circle and trimmed the fat, then if you want more people to come back into that space, then ask yourself the next question, which is, who am I now? And who do I want to surround myself with? I want to surround myself with tea drinkers. I'm drinking tea. I want to surround myself with passport holders who recognize that the world is our oyster. And though we may not go everywhere all the time, that the possibility that we can is really important to us. I want to surround myself with women who understand after decades on the planet, not only are we a whole mood, but we are the standard bearers. And as such, we will be respected. I want to surround myself with soft girls, ones who wear cashmere sweaters and drink tea out of funky glasses and enjoy good music and walks in the park and concerts, and don't let people disturb their calm, because I don't have to have my hair on fire to be making a difference in this world. I've lived through enough change to know how to affect change without burning my own house down. And if you've been on the planet as long as I have, you do too. So I want you to think about your friends. Who's in your tribe? Is it time to trim the fat? Are you the fat? Maybe you need to remove yourself from the fat so that you can see how much better your life could be if you started over again. This has been Dr. Sasheen. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. As always, I enjoy having you in my community, so please comment and let me know that you're out there, and I would love to hear from you. All right, everybody, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.